Peace. Let us talk about honesty. One of the great loves of my life is honesty. It is a beautiful thing for what it has done for me and what it can do for you. It is very blessed in this way, If you are looking for an open door, you will find it nowhere else than this. But honesty. No other way will be provided to you but the one that is true. And your willing participation in this, that you are honest, that you care for this, that you would be honest, that you have a willingness to face yourself and anything good and anything horrible, in wickedness that may exist within you, in beauty and in love, that you would face something such as honesty. Here is the way forward for you. And it is blessed and is beautiful in that way, and that it's reciprocal. And that honesty, whenever you choose to accept and to be this, to pursue it, to be discerning in it, not to be a lie to your own being, to face your own nature, to be willing to face your own contradictions, the places where you may have wronged yourself. Whenever you are willing in that, whenever you are grateful for it, you receive the very same. The love that you have sought, the way forward, the progress, the movement, the transformation, the change, the destination that you have longed for and sought. Here is the wisdom. It was not taken from you. It was not taken from you. If it is being withheld, it is you who is withholding it from your own being. And here is your empowerment. Another reason to be grateful. Here is your empowerment. That your nature is such that a way is being made from you and for you. But that you must face yourself. You must be willing to reconcile the differences that do exist within you. The lightness, the dark, the good and the bad. And that you allow of yourself that you have a wholeness. That you are allowed this experience, that you can be wrong. That you are not at all times all-knowing. That you have imperfection. Here is beauty, here is love. And at all times you have the power that resides within you to be able to encounter this and to be a resolution to it, that you are honest, that it is okay. Here, I will grant love to this, that I was wrong, that I have made mistakes, and that all the while love is being granted to me despite this, perhaps because of it. A magic is occurring that you may learn and that you may grow, that you may become more capable, that this way is presented to you, that this pathway has purpose and reason, that the door is not locked, and that the doors may be many, the ways may be many, but they are entirely unique to you. Your life, you will be set out upon this path, upon this way that you are. And you will encounter things that you may believe are blockages, stagnation. Perhaps you feel you are being held back. Perhaps you feel you are being wronged. Perhaps you do not feel that you are receiving the truth. And within that, the question must arise, am I willing to face the question and the wondering why? Am I willing to inquire within myself? Am I devout enough to this faith that love is the truth? If I'm honest to it, if I'm willing, if I'm humble enough to sit before myself, to look into the mirror, to see all of my flaws, my insecurities, the things I have done right, the things that I have done wrong. To be honest to them, to grant acceptance, to be alive in what love is, to grant this upon your own being, not in a way that is selfish or condemning of the spirit, of the soul, of the heart, of your own cognition, your own ability to think, that you yourself are not a corrupting force to this, that you would be a lie, that you would seek comfort in something that is not true, but that you would face yourself, that you would have acceptance for everything that is in front of you, everything that is before you is a part of you with a purpose of your own development, with a purpose that is love, with a purpose that is true. That you would come to this, that you would find it, that you would accept it, that this is the way forward. Whatever challenge is in front of you, whatever door seems to be locked, that you find that you are the key, and that you only must be honest to yourself, that you only need to be honest to yourself, and this door is now open, and you may walk forward further again. And to be honest within yourself, let us look at desires, these things that you want, these things that you seek. What reason do they have? Which ones are true? Which ones are conditioning? What may fall away and still remain? Because you will find there are things that will never leave you. There is purpose that will never leave you. There is something within you that you are meant to be. There is something within you that you are meant to pursue, something to follow, something to become. If you are honest to it. And it's blessed and it's beautiful in that way. And this is the nature of all things. And so much of this is what I'm always speaking of. There is a company to you throughout all things, something you are not separate from, something you cannot be separate from. That is a nature of love. That is a nature of truth. And if you take the time to be honest, to be humble, to be present, to listen, to be willing to learn, to be willing to be wrong, to be willing to have forgiveness for yourself and all things that are a part of you, to accept them is a learning, to accept them is the way forward. There is nothing that is against you. And there is nothing that is not true, that will not remain through what you become. That you decide this, that you will be honest. And it is blessed and it is simple, you know. Perhaps I speak in ways that are abstract. Perhaps it is more poetry in some different ways. I do not at all times really think too much about it. I sit down here and I speak. But perhaps it is abstract to some people. But it will present itself, this humble truth, that you are honest. It will present itself to you. Or if you are a lie, it will present itself to you in all ways that are simple. In all ways that are simple. Your personal relationships, your relationship to yourself, the way you feel about things, the things you encounter in your daily life that is simple. It is alive there. You do not need my voice to speak to you to know it. But in the very same way, here is beauty and here is love. That you would find it within your everyday encounters. And that this, for me, and perhaps for you, if you care so much for it to be so, is a simple encounter of the very same thing. That I would speak and that you would listen, and that we would share this together. Honesty. For no other reason. For no other reason, but for the truth. What is gained here? What is lost? And the love that will remain in honesty, in truth. All that you are, and all that I am, and all things become, that are a part of you. Beautiful love and truth. Glory, grace, strength, thanks. Grateful God, that you are courage, strength, protection. I'm with you. Peace.